4. Plenty of time for John now. Squeezes, steps up in the pocket. Elway can run. Inside the 10. Head first. He dives inside the 5-yard line.
Manning out of the gun. Manning lets it fly. It's caught by Thomas. There's the record for Peyton Manning.
Rushing forward, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground and still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Ward at the 4-yard line. Here we go. First snap of the overtime. The Broncos have been in 3 overtime games this year. They won them all. Got him at the 40. It's Thomas at the 50. Stiff arm got him free to the 30, to the 20. Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on the New England. They win it on the first.
Nothing wrong with Orange and Blue Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue Podcast on MHRT Network. I am your host, Johnny Baki. With me, my best buddy in the world, Isaiah Henderson. We are glad to have you all here. It is awesome to talk Broncos country with the NRW crew, the MHRT fam, and Broncos country. We love you all. What's up, Isaiah?
What's up, buddy? Unfortunately, I couldn't come see this past weekend. I was expecting to get a new tire and wheel because it blew out during the snowstorm, and I wanted to see my youngest godson for his birthday. But unfortunately, I couldn't. But I'd definitely be there this weekend. But other than that, this week was good. This week has been a really good week. A lot of news, little news. But other than that, it's been pretty good. I like the new setup.
Thank you.
And you just changed jerseys on me.
Yeah, I threw on my Nothing Rhymes jersey.
Well, I changed jerseys too. So I got my my personal custom made 23 jersey with Henderson on the back. That was a gift from none other than Broncos Viking.
I gave you that jersey? Dude,
yeah, this is the custom one.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, because I can afford to buy my own custom jersey. No. So Broncos Viking, Johnny got it for me. But Johnny, how was your week? What
Oh man,
how's the family? How's work? How's everything going?
Oh, dude, family is good. Work has been a nightmare this week. We got some people out with the Rona, so that's been crazy. And then on top of it, it has been, I don't know what it is. It's been super extra terribly, terribly busy.
Did you go outside today?
Yeah, of course I went outside today. It's kind of funny because we'll get to the Broncos real soon, y'all. I promise. I just want to say that. I just want to talk about this real quick. So, last night when I left work, down where I work, an hour south, it was just raining. It was just raining, and it was kind of cold, but it wasn't too bad. And this was at 11 p.m. I'm driving home. I get just outside the city limits of my town. And suddenly it's a winter wonderland. I mean, it was snowing sideways. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Well, the temperature was supposed to drop. But I tell you what, though.
It was
I love snow. I hate working in it. I hate doing PT in it. And I knew you're going to like this, Johnny. Nuggets, you're going to like this. KB82. All the vets, you're going to like this. In Nashville this morning, it was like 27 degrees, which is, it's winter, so that's okay. But the wind chill was 3.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And that wind was ungodly this morning. And
it was
thought
pretty
to myself,
It's not what you expect in Tennessee. It's not what
I said, you know what? I'm so glad I'm not active duty because I know 100% they're doing PT in this weather this morning.
Oh, you bet they are.
Oh, my God.
So anyway, let's move on. What's up, MHRT fam, NRW crew, Broncos country? Welcome again to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. We are a fan-led Broncos-based podcast that goes live every Thursday, 7654 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Do not miss our other show, MHRT Podcast, on Tuesdays, same place, same time. Also, we are now bringing in uploads of Broncos Breakdown featuring Bronco Bill. As of right now, they're coming up on Wednesdays. All right. Also, be on the lookout because we're going to have more new shows coming up in the off season. They're going to be fun. They're going to be new. They're going to be exciting. Get ready for it. All right. In addition,
Johnny,
you can catch.
Can I tell them the new show coming up?
You can tell them what it is, but don't let slip the name or anything just yet. Just tell them what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, so there's a new show coming up. It's a draft show where I, your favorite, will go over personally.
Okay, I resent that, and you're wrong.
Over the potential draft prospects coming up in this year's draft. We're going to cover if we trade for a veteran quarterback. If we don't, I'm going to go over
just say that. Just say that. That's all you need to say. There's a show coming
up.
Be on the lookout for it.
Announcements will come out. You do not want to miss it.
That's right. Also, don't forget that we also you can catch every single one of our shows in audio form after the fact, wherever you find your favorite podcasts, be it iHeartRadio, Spotify, any of those, Apple, Google, you can find us. All right. We are in the comment stream. Isaiah, if you want to go ahead and grab onto some of them.
Yeah, Dave Glassman, full Glassman in the house. WizKid in the house. What's up, WizKid? WizKid comes in. He says, hello. Glad to see you off the top, WizKid. Glad you're here. Wouldn't be the same without you. Dave Full Glassman comes in and he says, nothing rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. Yeah, we're back, baby. We're here.
Yeah, we
also says,
guys.
Wind was -10 in Wichita this morning. So I have to be up by 0.5 and at work at 0.6. That's unacceptable to me. Unacceptable. And then Dave comes in and he's going to make fun of me. He says, "Did Isaiah prove during fantasy that he can't?" First off, Full Glassman, let me go ahead and correct you. One, I draft very well.
Okay.
Number two, everybody I drafted got injured. That's not on me. And number three, because the Broncos, and this is on me, because the Broncos were doing so bad and I was focused on the Broncos, I stopped paying attention to my fantasy. If I did, I would have won, obviously. But, that's really good timing, Johnny. That was really good timing. You're working on it. That was actually pretty good.
Look, you can use whatever excuse you want, okay? In the end, the whiz kid, Landon Clark, once again, I'm going to say it, the whiz kid, Landon Clark, won MHRT fantasy football. I got second. I got second. I took silver. He
colluded with his dad. He cheated.
He colluded. That's funny. Yeah, that's right. He colluded. But thank you to I didn't say this last week. Thank you to everybody that participated with us in MHRT fantasy football and those, Isaiah, that decided to stop participating halfway through.
I'm the champ.
Yeah, you're the best. You are officially the best at being the worst. So
you know what? I'm the best at something. Okay, so I'll take that. But if you guys have seen, Johnny has a new setup, and I'm upset. And this is how rich Johnny is. Barbara, I hope you're listening.
Please
hold on. Let me finish, Johnny. You didn't even let me finish. Barbara, I hope you're listening. So, as you can see, Johnny has this new upscale camera looking down with a recliner. So, Johnny and I talked, and we wanted a new look. And then Johnny goes out and gets a recliner and takes my idea before I do. So I'm stuck with this.
No. You're not giving them. Listen, no, you are not giving them the whole story exactly as it happened. You came to me. You grabbed me. You actually grabbed me by the scruff and like pulled me in and was like, "This is what we're doing."
Because I'm like that guy.
I went out and I made it happen. I'm sorry that I'm just faster at it than you. And Rich, please, son, please. I wish. Not that rich. Okay.
Richer than me. So Avatar's in the house. What's up, Avatar? Avatar says, "What's up, Broncos country?" Sorry.
What's up, Avatar?
Hey, Avatar. I'm also late.
How you doing?
I was also late today. So we started the podcast a little bit late. I apologize, guys, but thank you all for being here.
He got caught up in he got caught up in the shower.
Yeah. Okay, Johnny. Yeah. All right, guy.
Well, I mean.
So I was doing stuff on the computer that ran a little bit late with the VA. And then I tried to rush and take a shower. Mobad's in the house. What's up, Mobad?
What up, Mobad? Boss man Mundungus Creevy in the house. He's asking how would Landon colluding with me help? I got my booty kicked every week.
Yeah, the reason why you sucked was because you transferred all your focus from your fantasy to your son's fantasy. This isn't disputed. You've been debunked.
That's you've been debunked. Nice. That's funny. All right, y'all.
So Avatar says you got a little caught up with work. Me too.
Yeah, that's all right. We all know how that goes. At least those of us in the working class, right? So hey, let's talk Broncos. All right. So obviously the biggest news out there right now is still the head coaching search, right? I mean,
Right.
it's huge. It's pretty much taking up all Broncos media right now. I mean, obviously we know there's other things we need. We need coordinators. We need a quarterback. There's even some areas that are, roster spots that we need to focus on strengthening, but ultimately the one that's taking, pretty much all the attention of the NFL and Broncos country and the fandom is obviously 100% the head coach search, and as it should be, because that is the first domino that needs to fall before you can start, thinking about the others, right? So let's talk about it, right? Basically, as of right now, there are, they put out 10, we've been talking about this for weeks, and that's okay. We're going to go back through it real quick. There have been 10 candidates, right? That at least that the Broncos have requested interviews for. As of today, 9 of those 10 are completed. So we've already completed talks with Aaron Glenn, the Lions defensive coordinator, the Packers QB coach, Luke Getsy, who's, I guess from what I've heard, Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, we'll get there, Johnny. Go through the list. We'll get there.
Him. I'm only saying that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
All right. And then, of course, the Packers offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett. Then we interviewed both the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn from the Dallas Cowboys. We interviewed them on the same day. Then we had the Patriots linebackers coach, Gerard Mayo. I'm correcting myself because last week I said Jared. He went to Jared.
Oh, it's Gerard?
It's Gerard.
Okay. Gerard Mayo. I've been corrected as well.
I mean, you look at it, it looks like Jared. I'm just saying, every time he went to Jared. But anyway, but no, Gerard Mayo, and then 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago? Yes, 2 days ago we interviewed the Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon, and then on yesterday we actually Peyton and his team flew to LA where they interviewed Kevin O'Connell, the Rams offensive coordinator, in person, and they also performed a Zoom interview with former Denver Broncos coach Brian Callahan, the current OC of the Cincinnati Bengals. The only one remaining is tomorrow, and that is Eric Bieniemy in Kansas City. They're going to fly out, and that's going to be a live one. The only one that was done via Zoom that I know of is the Brian Callahan one. I don't know if I don't know the reasons for that. I don't know if for any reason they just didn't want to meet in person, or if he just didn't have the time with, everything that's going on in Cincy right now, getting ready for this weekend. For whatever reason, as far as I know, the only one that wasn't done, interview that was not done live, was the one with Brian Callahan. So anyway.
That's my guy.
Yeah, that's your guy.
That's my guy.
I've heard some conflicting things about him.
Well, we've got Avatar who's coming in, and he's saying we need an owner.
That's right.
George Payton said, and Joe Ellis said, having an owner isn't going to stop or hinder the head coach search.
It's not going to hinder or stop the head coach search, and it's not going to solve anything on the field if we're being completely honest.
It's not, but I think he's coming from a different perspective and saying it may not stop us from going after them,
right?
But it may hinder them from coming to us.
Yeah.
That's definitely a possibility. And, I thank you, Avatar, for bringing that up. Peyton Manning, his name came up, John Elway, and there's a couple Colorado groups. From what I've seen, from what I've read, from what I've researched, I don't think Peyton Manning or John Elway will be the owners. As of right now, it seems as if there's a capital issue. Which
how are they going to have that much money? I mean, it's going to go to the top bidder. It's looking like more like an auction scenario, and if that happens, I mean, are those two? Are them and their team, their investment team, going to have enough capital to keep up in the bid? I mean,
me personally, if I'm Peyton Manning and I'm John Elway, I'm going to come together with Peyton and John and be co-owners and bring the capital you have together and get, double name recognition, but that probably doesn't happen. So it's probably stupid, but I think it's going to be another Colorado group or, right now, a Colorado group that are billionaires that are coming in to buy the Broncos. But George Payton's a good GM. He's in a good place. He's got things. Right. He seems to have a handle on things, or he knows what he's doing. So I think, whoever comes in is going to be confident with the GM that we have, that he's making the right decisions. For example, in the 2021 draft, the Broncos got second as the best draft Yeah, Johnny, you haven't worn our Nothing Rhymes jersey in so long. Mobat's complimenting it like he's never seen it
Hey,
before.
you know what? It's all right.
You
I've
make
got
me
a
sick.
lot. I have a lot of Broncos related shirts and jerseys. All right. So
So like I said, I think whoever comes in is going to have a good spot. You know, we know George Payton's going to hire good coaches. And Dave Full Glassman comes in. He says Dan Quinn / Mike McDaniel / Gerard Mayo or Donatello or somebody I haven't thought of yet. Now, Dave, I went into, I really thought about this. I posted that on Twitter as well. And, I had some people talk to me, and it makes more sense, the engagement. Dan Quinn seems to be the leading guy. Mike McDaniel, coming from the Shanahan tree, seems like a great offensive coordinator. Gerard Mayo, and what's come out, the report that came out is Gerard Mayo will not take any other position unless it's head coach. If not, he's just going to stay with the Patriots. So unless you're offering him gold, besides head coach, unless you're offering him a lot of money, it seems like Gerard Mayo is not going to take a defensive coordinator position.
Right
now, Ed Donatell, excuse me. Based on your comment, Dave, I've been pounding the table for Ed Donatell. And the reason why is because he worked with Vic Fangio for 11 years. There's only one person that knows Vic Fangio's scheme other than Vic Fangio, and that's Ed Donatell. And I have a statistic to back that up. And this is what I'm saying is and George Payton said that in his press conference. He said, I want to improve the offense greatly, but I don't want to take a step back on defense.
True,
and
but you can also argue that Ed Donatell is shades of the old regime.
I've been more worried with losing a step on defense than I have about improving the offense greatly. And the thing about the Dan Quinn hire is that he brings his defensive prowess,
the Dan Quinn hire
intellect. I mean, with the Seahawks, he had the best defense 2 years in a row, so we've seen what they can do. With the Cowboys, and I believe our defense is more talented than the Cowboys, but they run a lot of man coverage. It's a completely different scheme. Everybody's going to have to learn something different. And a statistic came out. Patrick Mahomes' two lowest PFF grades of the 2020 season came against Vic Fangio.
Right, absolutely.
So the worst that Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback in the league, you got Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, definitely a top 3 quarterback in the league. The worst games he played were against Vic Fangio's defense and scheme.
Sure.
Now, Vic Fangio's gone. Ed Donatell is still in Denver. So I believe the best option, and I believe Ed Donatell got a request for an interview for defensive coordinator. Was it the Seahawks? I'm not 100% sure. You guys correct me in the comments.
I don't remember. I remember seeing something, but I cannot recall off the top of my head who requested him.
I believe it. Let me double check. I believe it's the Seahawks. But with that being said, that's it. And a lot of people have been talking about it. That's a huge step back. And what we've seen the defense be able to do is be top 3 in turnovers, top 3 in turnover points, top 3 in red zone defense, top 3 in points allowed. That's incredible. And so to have change into a better offense and then have your defense take a step back, it's like taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back. As we see with the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm not putting this all on Dan Quinn. I'm not. But Dan Quinn is the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys right now. Right. It's great that their offense can put up points. But as we saw, they lost to the 49ers. They put up 17 points.
Their defense killed it against the 49ers. It was the issue was on offense. 100%.
So they put up 20 plus points against Dan Quinn's defense. Now maybe the Broncos have a more talented defense where when you step inside that scheme, because of the talent of the Broncos, we thrive. Maybe.
Right.
We don't know for sure, but what we do know is that in Fangio's scheme, we thrive. Sure. So I've been pounding the table for Ed Donatell to be the defensive, play caller, because I said defensive coordinator earlier this week, and people corrected me and said he was the defensive coordinator. Vic Fangio was the defensive play caller. Ed Donatell was the DC, but Fangio was the play caller. So I'm saying when you make Ed Donatell defensive play caller, you bring that Fangio scheme that we know these guys thrive in. And I think it was either Johnny or Mundungus that mentioned to me the continuity. These guys know the scheme. They know the play calls. They know Ed. You keep that same thing there, almost nothing changes on the defensive side. And we know they were a top 5 defense within the league. You bring a new offensive coordinator, a new head coach, maybe a new quarterback, depends on what happens.
That's right.
The defense is already top in the league. all you're doing is just adding offense, and that's what George Payton wants. So, me personally, I'm pounding the table for Ed Donatel.
Dude, yeah, I mean, you're going all over the place. You were everywhere with that.
I'm just on Ed Donatel train. That's
yeah,
it.
no, you need to get off the Ed Donatel train. He's not coming back. I can almost like 90% guarantee it. I mean,
stop.
Look, shades of the old regime. George Payton wanted a fresh start. He's gonna get that fresh start. Now, here, real quick, I'm gonna pull up a comment here. All right.
Go ahead.
New name that I don't think I recognize just yet. Brad Smith on Facebook says, "Hey guys, first off, love the stream. Watching from Australia.
Australia, baby.
Huge Broncos fan. I have a question regarding rumors regarding trades. Have heard Jerry Jeudy's name thrown around with draft picks for trading to get a big name QB. I hope this doesn't happen." It's a little bit of a long one. He says, "I hope this doesn't happen. Huge Jeudy fan and would be devastated if he went. He has so much potential. Your thoughts on trade rumors? Go Broncos." So
go Broncos, baby.
First
off, Brad,
no. You talked long enough. Oh yeah, well yeah. Here's to you, Brad.
Yeah, we always toast our new guys.
We always toast our new guys. Here we go. Now, you talked long enough. Sit down, shut up for a few minutes. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I'll hit that mute button. I don't care if you lost a bet this week or not. So, as far as trade rumors regarding Jeudy's name go, Brad, I've heard multiple names, different players on offense and defense, all playmakers. I've heard names thrown around. You know, KJ Hamler. I've heard Jerry Jeudy. I have heard Noah Fant. I've heard Bradley Chubb. You know, pretty much any of the big ones that are playmakers, I've heard names thrown out there, for possible trade, on the possible trade block for, one of these, top 2 quarterbacks that you're looking to go after possibly. I don't know how much of it, I would put in yet, because as of right now, obviously they can't be tampering, they can't get caught tampering. It's, the legal tampering period is not here yet. So, I mean, we won't hear anything from them about that. We won't hear, and we won't know. And of course, as we said before, the biggest thing is getting a coach in here first, because getting a coach in here ultimately is what is going to get the, it's going to be appealing or not to whichever player we try to go after, right? I mean, he's going to want to know who he's going to be playing for. So nothing has been set in stone. I mean, as far as rumors go for that single player, names have been all over the place for that. But anyway, thank you for the comment, brother. It's good to see you, and we hope to see you back, in the chat. Also, Mike puts in here, per sources, Josh McDaniels, Vance Joseph, and Urban Meyer are interviewing next week. I want to know who your sources are, bud.
I don't believe Mike.
I don't believe that at all. God, I mean, I get the creeps just hearing all 3 of those.
But Rich came in with a comment, and I agree with him. And I think Rich agrees with me as well. As he said he wants Ed as well. So coming down at Seattle. So in the comments, let me know. Seattle did request an interview with Ed Donatel.
They did. And Glenn says we just traded Ed Donatel and Drew Lock for Russell Wilson.
I'll take it. I'll take it. PJ's in the house. He says, "What's up, NRW crew? Go Broncos country."
Oh, my bad.
Rich says,
what's up, BJ?
He loves the new look.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, my friend.
He says he loves the new look. Glenn comes in and he clarifies with the Jerry Jeudy trade rumors. He says the Jeudy trade name was when Peter King suggested we trade for Aaron Rodgers and get Devontae Adams as a free agent. Now, Glenn,
that came out a while ago, though.
Green Bay is said to franchise tag Devontae Adams. So I don't think they'll let Devontae Adams go. Because let's say, for example, Aaron Rodgers does go. It gives Jordan Love one receiver, the main receiver target of Devontae Adams' franchise tag. I don't think Devontae Adams is going anywhere. He's the best free agent wide receiver on the market. But going back to what Glenn said about trading for Drew Lock. Now, Brad, my scenario was I'd trade, what was it? 2 firsts, 2 seconds. 2 firsts, 2 seconds.
Man.
Drew Lock and Dalton Reisner. That's what I said. And Mike said he'd be willing to trade Netani Muti, but I said, I watched some highlight tape of Netani Muti in the last game. He's definitely progressed, improved, developed.
Yeah.
He's a younger guy. Dalton Risner's still on his rookie contract. So any team that's going to trade for a player for their big name quarterback, they're not going to want a guy under contract. They're going to want a guy under a rookie contract, younger, that you can develop. So, with Geno Smith as the Seattle's backup quarterback, Seattle needs an offensive line. You give him a strong left guard like Dalton Risner, it wouldn't hinder or cripple the Broncos. We still have Netani Muti. Drew Lock leaving and Dalton Risner leaving would not hinder the Broncos. You give them two positions that they can improve on, that they may or may not need. And then you also give them draft picks. So if Drew Lock or Geno Smith isn't the answer, they've got draft picks to go in the first round. Because as Johnny has pointed out to me multiple times.
Geno Smith. Oh, Lord.
As Johnny has pointed out to me multiple times, Seattle does not have a first or second round pick.
No, they don't.
We would be giving them a first and second round pick, and our first pick
let me go into that. Let me go into that real quick. Just real quick. Look, the situations in Green Bay and in Seattle, both of them are in dire need of something that the Broncos have. Is basically what it comes down to. Everybody keeps shooting down. A lot of the national media keeps shooting down these possible, acquisitions of Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. But you know what? It's actually very, very possible. It really is. If you really, really come down to brass tacks, because the Packers are way, way over the cap this season, and that's with the cap going up. They are still way, I think 40. Oh God, like 45, almost $50 million above the cap.
No, I was looking at it.
I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's high. It doesn't matter. They're over the cap. They need to free up space. And there's really not that many places they can. That's the problem they're in. Now, the Seattle Seahawks, on the other hand, they're an older team now.
Cap space.
The Seattle Seahawks are maybe they have the cap space, sure. But here's the thing. They're an older team at the point, right? Look across their roster. They're getting old. And it's been getting bad there. That's why Russell Wilson has, at times talked about, wanting to, he even said it this week. He said it this week after their general manager and their head coach, Pete Carroll, were said to be, moving into the 2022 season, moving ahead with them. He literally said, I will be exploring my options.
And that was big news. And as you said, Johnny,
that's all he said. I mean, it's vague. It's very vague. But the point is, what he's saying is, I'm not set on staying here. I'm going to look around, see what's better for, see if I can find a better situation for me. And I don't blame
as you said, you were right,
the point
Johnny.
Is they're an older team. They're an older team, and they are, as far as premium draft picks this season, they are in dire need to start a rebuild. They really
are.
They have to, and they don't have premium picks to do it.
The three teams Russell Wilson said were Saints, Giants, Broncos. He'd waive his no trade clause. New Orleans is last. And salary cap. They have no money to pay Russell Wilson. Seattle's not going to send him to the NFC. New Orleans is gone.
Listen, these guys.
The Giants are what? Fourth worst?
Yeah.
Seattle won't send him to the NFC. They have no money to pay him. Now, you're right about Green Bay. They're second to last in cap space. Both of Green Bay and Seattle don't have the money. Now,
they don't.
With Green Bay, you've got franchise tagging Devontae Adams. You've got Aaron Rodgers. They restructured his contract in 2022, so they're gonna have to pay him eventually. And then you also have Aaron Jones, who's a top five quarterback, top five running back, in the NFL. He's gonna want a paycheck as well.
Rich wants to know what's with the toque. Is that the beanie? Is that Rich? Is toque Canadian for beanie? Because we speak American. I'm joking. But no, for real, I don't know what a toque is. What's a toque?
I saw that. I didn't know what it was. Let us know what a toque is.
Yeah, please let us listen to Glenn and Mundungus real quick. I got to pull this up. Johnny's new camera angle looks like we're inside a 70s conversation van, and dazed and confused Matthew McConaughey will emerge at any moment, stoned and saying, all right.
Yeah, they've been roasting you about your new camera angle. About
you know what? Show. I love the new camera angle, and y'all can just,
I'm jealous.
It looks like that 70s show when they're in the smoking circle. Now, I love that 70s show, so I'm cool with it.
Richie says it's a hat. So what happens is it's so cold here, and back in the office, For some reason, the heat doesn't run well back here, so I got a long sleeve on and I put on the beanie. That's why it's hot. But you know what? I'll take it
You're
off.
sitting here in Tennessee talking to a Canadian about how cold it is.
I don't care. Cold is cold.
It's not that cold here. It's cold for Tennessee, but good Lord, dude, I mean, up where Rich is, it's like 13 below zero with the sun at high noon.
And I have no plan. I have no plans of going there.
I'm just saying, it's funny to me that you're sitting here talking to a Canadian about how cold it is in Tennessee right now. Let's be honest. Isaiah has no tolerance for cold whatsoever. Ever since I've known him, has absolutely none. I'm the goofy dude walking around out in Christopher Earl Ashley. What's up, my brother? It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Chris. Here's to you. All right. I know we've seen him before, but it's all right. I'll go and toast him anyway. But no, I'm the crazy dude that walks around outside in the middle of winter. Like when I was in Colorado 2 weeks ago for the KC, for the season finale game against KC, people were looking at me sideways like, what is wrong with this guy? Because I'm walking around wearing like shorts and a t-shirt, and it was snowing and it was like 8 degrees. And everybody was like, and even my wife is like, aren't you cold? Like, nope, I'm good.
By all means, Johnny, go ahead. Richie says, dude, it isn't cold. You're in the GD South, LOL. It's 20-something degrees with 3-degree wind chill. And then Brad says,
it's still nothing compared to Canada, dude.
I'm not comparing. Cold
it's 42 degrees in Perth, Australia. Look, dude, hey, Brad, 42 degrees is warmer than us right now, but hey, I love it.
Mike says,
said, -6 in Nebraska. -6 in Nebraska.
If I don't have to do that, if I don't have to walk to the mailbox in hoodies and shorts or walk to the mailbox at all, my wife gets the mail. So I don't think I've never even had a mail key. Since me and the wife has been together, I've never had the key to the mail.
You never had to get the mail?
I've never had the key to the mail. I come home, mail's on the counter.
That's funny.
Time to check it. I've never touched the mail since me and the wife.
That's funny.
I don't ask.
Oh, God.
I don't care.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. All right.
Yeah,
so
it's freezing out here.
All right. Yeah, no, it's not freezing. It's cold. All right. We've had a nice fire going in the fireplace today just because it was nice to have a fire.
Like I said,
it was nice to light up a fire, but that was about it.
For some reason, the heat ventilation doesn't work as well back here, probably because I keep the door closed.
Canadian definition of cold is on another level than us Americans.
That's fine. Be cold. I don't care.
Well, let's not forget we also have an Australian in the house today. Dude, that's exciting.
Australia.
That's exciting to see Australia in the chat.
He said,
there you go. Here we go. Like, here's a perfect example. Okay.
Richie said, just did the conversion for you. It's -25 degrees. Yeah. Congratulations.
That they're in Celsius, so he had to do the conversion.
By all means, brag. I do not care about -25. That I'm okay.
You would. Your toe would fall off. You'd walk outside, be outside for 3. Just you. Because I know how intolerant you are of cold. You would step outside, your toe would fall off.
That's fine. I'm originally from Los Angeles, so my whole body is now acclimating to the South for the last 7 years. Where
I want to snow. I like this. I'm bringing up another one by our brother in Australia, Brad. If I walk I love this. This is definitely different. This is definitely Australian versus American. To the letterbox. We call it a mailbox. I like it. In bare feet, 3rd degree burns off the concrete. Nice.
I prefer the heat over the cold. That's just me.
Oh, here comes. All right, so they were roasting my new camera angle, and you know what? You can roast me all you want because I love that movie and I love that show, and I'm totally cool with that if that's how the angle looks. Mundungus and Glenn. But Mundungus is now roasting. Isaiah says Isaiah needs a fluffy pink jacket and some Ugg boots.
Oh, I got something for you. Hold on.
Oh, no. Don't go put on the Ugg boots. Isaiah, don't go putting on the Ugg boots. Nobody wants to see that.
First off, I don't have Ugg boots. Okay.
Oh, God, it's the Snuggie.
All right.
Denver Broncos Snuggie.
I don't need to hear any of this from anyone.
You better put that toque back on, pal.
Okay.
You...
All right. Hold on. Where's the other sleeve? All right.
Dude, this is crazy. This is wild. I'm having so much fun right now. Oh,
I don't
God.
want to hear from you guys anymore.
We don't want to see that fluffy pink or that pink fluffy feather hat either, Isaiah.
Right. I can see the jealousy in your comments.
Look, pull your Snuggie up, put your toque on, because we don't want you to get cold.
Glenn, I'm not bringing up that comment. I'm not doing that.
Oh, but I might. Oh, and Glenn, why is Isaiah always changing on camera?
Subscribe to my OnlyFans. That's why.
Whoa. Hey. This is a family show, mister. All right.
I'm the first person to say that here.
Oh my God. I'm laughing so hard I'm coughing. It's amazing. So this has been fun. Let's talk some more Broncos. So as we've said, Glenn, he forgot this isn't his OnlyFans.
See, I'm not the first person to say it.
Well, that's fine. You're the first person to say it on camera.
No, I'm
all
not.
Right, whatever.
I've said it on my own.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. You're right. You're the first person to say it on camera today. So there you go. All right. So let's get back to Broncos. The avatar is crying, laughing.
Glenn says, I'm proving how cold it is. Thank you. In this room, maybe because I keep the door closed. For some reason, in this room, it's colder than every other room.
Okay, whatever you say. Oh God, I can't. You know, no. You know what? You call it hate. We call it love. It's 100% love, buddy. We need Shadow Jacker in here because he's the host of MHRT After Dark, and so therefore he is the expert on love. We need him. We need to get Shadow in here to show you some love, don't we?
First off, Mike, you don't know me, and you don't know what my
yes, Glenn, showed they can cut glass.
Maybe I store deer meat in here. You don't know. All right.
I say acting like his office is a walk-in freezer.
It's freezing in here. Well, it was. I warmed up, and my dog. Okay, you know what?
Dude, I want to talk Broncos, but I'm sitting here having so much freaking fun with this.
You know what, WizKid? I had to take the thermostat and make it to 70 degrees auto. It was cold in here.
Fine, I've got the fan on. You're sitting there freezing. I've got the ceiling fan on right now because I was burning the heck up.
4 degrees
with the thermostat turned off up here.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway. This is fun. Isaiah needs a window scraper to see his computer screen.
We turn on the defroster.
Oh my God! All right, we got to stop a little bit. I'm about to cough out a lung. I'm laughing so hard I'm about to cough out a lung. Oh man, wow, that was fun. We're gonna talk more about the cold later. But anyway, let's get back to the Broncos for a little bit. So
I love you, NRW.
Continuing on the coaching search, from everything I've been reading, the front runners, these two are kind of front runners for all the vacant head coach positions in the NFL right now. What is it? 7? Yeah. There's 7 vacant head coach positions right now in the NFL.
Yeah, Dan Quinn and Nathaniel Hackett
are the front runners.
The lead candidates.
To me, that seems to me to be a great time to bring in the new segment. We have a new segment for you all today. All right, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this, but I do have to warn you, the Matrix might have you. All right, everybody, it's time for the new segment on Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. Orange pill, blue pill. That's right.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It's our new fun way for those. And if you are, shut up, Glenn. If for those of you that were born, raised in have lived in a cave for the past 20 years, 22 years, and have never seen The Matrix, first of all, get out of your cave or barn and see the world. Okay? Cool. That being said, for those that don't know what we're talking about when we say orange pill, blue pill, in The Matrix, the two of the main characters are conversing. One of them offers a red pill and a blue pill to the other. The red pill and blue pill, each signifying a choice. So this is our fun way, we call it orange pill, blue pill, of talking about 2 different choices that we're going to present. And then we talk about them and we're going to decide which choice we like better.
Yeah.
So, Isaiah, You take the orange pill. You hire offensive-minded head coach Nathaniel Hackett. You take the blue pill. You hire defensive-minded head coach Dan Quinn. Let's talk about it. Offensive-minded Nathaniel Hackett versus defensive-minded Dan Quinn. What are we thinking? What do you think, my friend? And all of you in the comment stream, please let us know what you think as well.
I'm going to take the orange pill. I'm going to take the offensive-minded head coach.
You're going to take the orange pill. You are taking Nathaniel Hackett. Talk to me.
And this goes back to, a comment.
By the way, if you by taking the orange pill, you've just proven you're an addict. I'm kidding. Anyway, continue.
And this goes back to Glenn's comment, and this is exactly why. And I'm very serious about this. This is why I chose Nathaniel Hackett. Because if Dan Quinn is hired, that Fangio scheme goes away. If Nathaniel Hackett is hired, there's a great chance that the Fangio Ed Donato scheme goes away. But there's, I think, a better chance of keeping the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with the orange pill and say offensive-minded head coach, a higher possibility of keeping Ed Donato. Now, that's me.
Okay, so all right. So you took the orange pill, Nathaniel Hackett, offensive-minded head coach. And before I say it, Glenn had to go there, and it's funny. Mundungus or Glenn Hauser says Johnny always opts for the blue pill.
Yeah, it's because he's
God. And then he also says Isaiah took the blue pill, but once he entered his igloo, no effect.
First off, Glenn, you're lucky this is a family-friendly show because
that's amazing. I don't care who you are.
55.
This show. It kind of reminds, real quick. I'm just going to say this, stepping out of our segment for a second, real quick. This show kind of reminds me when our show first joined MHRT. We had a whole lot of fun like this, and we haven't had that in a while. We've had fun, but I feel like the whole roasting each other and just constant,
it's the off season. If the off season we have less
it's
news.
Refreshing. All I'm saying is it's refreshing. All right.
That being said, EJ agrees with me.
Yeah.
He says orange pill.
Hackett. We need offense. All right. We appreciate that. EJ, again, y'all in the comment stream, continue to tell us, do you take the orange pill or the blue pill, and who is it and why, or whatever you want to say. All right. I, on the other hand, and I did not plan it this way. I'm taking the blue pill and not the blue pill you're talking about, Glenn. Okay. I don't need that. I don't need that blue pill. Okay. My 3 kids will two of them pretty recent. Didn't need that blue pill.
It's freezing. I'm gonna go get a jacket. It's absolutely freezing.
You are ridiculous. All right, so let's see. Glenn says off the rails. It is off the rails, but you know what? It's fun. All right, sit down with that. Sit down with your jacket. Sit down with your jacket. You freezing little. It's funny. All right.
Neo.
Brad says orange pill. Isaiah wears the onesie. Blue pill. He buys a heater.
So, Brad, I asked my wife. I went up to her. I said, "Hey, wife. You're very." I don't call her wife, but I said, "Hey, wife. You're very resourceful. Mm-hmm. Do you have a space heater anywhere? Because that back room is cold." She was like, "Yeah, at work." I was like, "Well, go get it." And then she kicked me. But
I bet she did. Anyway, all right. So no, I'm taking not the one that Glenn's talking about. I'm taking the blue pill. Defensive-minded Dan Quinn. And for here's my reasons, right? He's the only guy on the list with any head coaching experience.
Good point.
A lot of these guys that we have interviewed over the past week and the one we're interviewing tomorrow don't have a whole lot of experience actually play calling. All right? And have zero experience leading a team as a whole. Now, not that I'm saying that it doesn't sometimes work out, okay? I like the fact that why did that come back through your speakers? Dude, put your headphones on.
Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
It's reverberating. Anyway, all right. I absolutely love the idea of going with somebody who has experience. Now, he's only been a head coach at one destination, and that was at the Atlanta Falcons, where he led that team to a Super Bowl. He didn't win it. And that, you know what? And anybody who sits here and says, I don't want Dan Quinn because he didn't win the Super Bowl, you're stupid. I'm sorry. I hate to say that. I don't want to be I don't want to be that guy. I don't like to insult people, but you know what? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. He took a team to the Super Bowl. All right. Everywhere he's been, he has had, as a head coach or defensive coordinator, he has had a top 5 to top 10 defense. He's done very well with that. On top of that, he is a player's coach, which that culture that, we need to bring somebody in who can CEO a team, who can lead an entire team, which we know he knows how to do. But on top of it, also inspires his players. His players rally behind him. Love it. I like Dan Quinn for that reason. And here's the thing. To anybody sitting out there saying that Dan Quinn, is a defensive-minded, I'm fixing this real quick just while Isaiah's gone. All right? To anybody saying that Dan Quinn is, he's retread, hey, some of the best coaches in the NFL have done better at their second destination than they did at their first. Bill Belichick, okay, Andy Reid. Who else? There's others that have done way better. Have done great at their second shot at a head coach position than they did at their first. Pete Carroll, thank you. Carroll, Belichick, Reid. Those 3 alone, right there, that's enough for me. Dan Quinn, he did good. He did all right as the Atlanta Falcons head coach. And his players rallied behind him and tried to save his job. And even Mike Shanahan did him, the GOAT of Broncos coaching history, it was his second head coaching position.
Mundungus makes a good point here.
So I take the blue pill. So Isaiah took orange, I took blue on the offensive-minded Hackett versus defensive-minded Quinn.
And I think this is why it's leading in Quinn's direction, because Mundungus.
Where's your sunglasses? We're still in the segment, bud.
This makes a fantastic point. Dan Quinn had top 10 offenses no matter who the coordinator was. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whether it was at Seattle or it was Atlanta, he knows how to choose the personnel. Jeffrey Bryan in the house. What's up, Jeff?
As a head coach. What's up, Jeff? It's good to see you, buddy. Yeah, that's right, JB. Anyway, so look, the other thing I want to say is that Dan Quinn, or anybody, we're not looking for somebody. Vic Fangio, the whole coming in here and basically playing defensive coordinator while holding the title of head coach, that's not what George Payton's looking for. He's not looking for somebody to come in here with their scheme, their X's and O's scheme for whatever they, offensive-minded, defensive-minded. He's looking for a CEO, someone to come in here and coach this entire team. He's not going to hire somebody for their scheme, period.
Correct.
We've seen that happen, and it didn't work out. And
I think Dan Quinn leads the pack.
I absolutely do too. But you still take the orange pill, right?
Yes, I do. So for all those, Jeff, that you're just joining, this is a segment of Nothing Rhymes with Orange or Blue called Orange Pill or Blue Pill. So if you're wondering why we're wearing dark glasses, because we're in the Broncos
It's a shout out to the Matrix.
Yes, we're in the Broncos Matrix. So now we get to the best part of the show.
Oh, Isaiah's orange pill, blue pill choices?
My orange pill, blue pill.
You're delusional.
I've been waiting for this.
You're delusional.
So, all right. Yeah, because I'm in the Matrix. So we're going to get into it. Orange pill.
All right.
Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, 2022.
Okay, so you're saying that the orange pill is quarterback by or not quarterback, running back by committee? Continuing with those two?
Continuing. Melvin Gordon extension, Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, 2022.
Got it.
Blue pill. Javonte Williams being RB1 and drafting a running back to be RB2. Or moving Mike Boone up, whatever the case, whatever we choose. Javonte Williams, RB1, drafting a running back, RB2.
All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this on your pill, on your orange and blue pill segment here, are your choices. Are we talking about what I want to happen or what I think is going to happen?
What you choose.
What I want.
The choice was up to you.
Got it. That's what I figured. That's what I figured. That's the goal of this segment.
Or Javonte Williams and a rookie. And Douglas comes in and he says orange.
All right. So you said orange pill is continue. Orange pill is continuing, running back by committee with those two. And blue pill is move on from Melvin Gordon. Javonte takes over RB1 and is the bell cow. Correct?
Yes.
All right. I take orange pill. Absolutely. Now, I have that choice. Now, do I think it's going to happen necessarily? I don't know. But I take the orange pill because right now, Javonte Williams, the one thing that is an issue with Javonte Williams, he has not quite developed the vision that Melvin Gordon has for the field.
Oh, yeah, sure, Johnny.
He
Just
doesn't
take the conversation we have and then steal my – okay,
It's not wrong, is
no,
it?
You're absolutely right.
He has not developed the vision yet. So I think he could use another year sitting there playing tandem with, a guy that the two of them together, what a tandem. I mean, back and forth, almost even carries, almost even yards, every bit of it. That was great.
I think Melvin Gordon, and watching him, I think Melvin Gordon, maybe besides Jonathan Taylor,
number 2.
I think besides Jonathan Taylor, Melvin Gordon may have the best vision in the NFL.
It's possible. I mean, he is one of the older backs that's still playing.
And I noticed this during the Chiefs game, the last game. Javonte Williams likes to try and bounce it out, and that's why he gets stuffed a lot. I think that vision, that patience, that jump stop. If Javonte Williams can develop that vision over the next year or two, he'll be the best running back in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he will. I'm not saying when. I think he will develop that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time. So I think to give him one more year. That's my choice for orange pill, or for pill. Is I take the orange pill. Give him one more year. One more. I don't think we can keep Melvin Gordon for another year after that, because we will need to free up some cap space coming into 2023, because we're going to start having to do some more.
I can see signing Melvin for a 1-year deal.
So one more 1-year deal with Melvin Gordon. Give him he might take. He has actually said he wants to stay in Denver no matter what. So ask him to restructure a little bit. Give him a slight restructure. Maybe give him a little bit more guaranteed money so that it's less against the cap, or more incentive money so it's less against the cap, and run it back one more season with the two of them together. That's my choice. That's taking the orange pill. All right, Isaiah. Which one is you take? Do you take orange pill or blue pill?
I take the orange pill. I'll say Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. The reason why, and I tweeted this, and I said there's one reason why I want Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams to run it back, and that's because of Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, his first year, he came out of Penn State. He's an absolute animal. But because he was the workhorse, receiving, running, he got injured quickly, and then he came back and then got injured again.
I wouldn't want to see that either. I wouldn't want to see that with Javonte.
Yeah, I see the way Javonte Williams runs, plays, hits, catches. He's great to watch. But in the NFL, I give you 2 to 4 years before your body's worn down. I don't want to wear him.
It depends. Guys like him. See, I would argue on one thing. I would argue one thing there. He's a linebacker before he was a running back. And linebackers.
But he was a linebacker, not in the NFL.
True. But I am saying, I feel like based on just who he is as that linebacker presence, he can take hits harder than most. He can take more hits than most people at that position, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he might be able to last longer than most that you would expect, in my opinion. So
and I agree with you. My thing is that if he can last 5 years playing that way, which is more than most, fantastic. But if you keep Melvin Gordon for another 1, 2, 3 years, the reason why I said that is because Dave Full-Glassman came in with the proposition. If you keep Melvin Gordon for 1 or 2 years, you've just extended Javonte Williams, that 5 years we said, to 7. So, and then Mundungus comes in and he says, improved offensive line and quarterback. Why would you not run it back with two? Why would you not run it back with 2 900-yard running backs?
Agreed.
I mean, and that's fantastic. And when we got the momentum, the Broncos had the best run game / running back tandem in the NFL. There was no question. I like
this from Glenn, too.
He says, Glenn says one big thing with Javonte is he should carries at UNC. So there's a lot of tread on those tires coming out of college. I disagree. Hold on.
You disagree?
Yes.
Why?
Agree.
If he shared, okay, I was going to say, why would you disagree with that?
For some reason, the first that popped in my head was Royce Freeman. And Javonte Williams said that. He said, I shared carries in college, so I'm used to it.
Yeah.
And they both almost had 1,000 yards, so he's
they both did amazing this season.
Yeah, and Dave comes in with a contract. Well, Glenn first says, is Isaiah drinking hot chocolate? Water. But I appreciate it. And then Dave says,
he wishes it was hot chocolate.
Dave says, I am hot chocolate. But Dave says 3 for 15.
Listen. That's all right. I'm the marshmallow.
Dave says
your hot
3
chocolate.
years for $15 million, 10 guaranteed.
All right, yeah.
I don't know about 3. I'm actually, you know what? If they're splitting carries and almost reaching 1,000 yards, I'm cool. That's fine with me.
I don't think we retain Melvin for 3 years.
But after year 2, you restructure the contract.
All right, so let's get back to this. Talking about the segment here, orange pill, blue pill. We agree on continuing one more year running back by committee, as opposed to Javonte Williams, bell cow, and we were split on our desire for head coach, and that's okay. That's okay. That's a fun part. I've had a lot of fun talking about this, and we're gonna go ahead and end this segment real quick. All right, here we go. All right, we are officially free from the Matrix once again.
Yeah. So Glenn says, I say 2 for $7 million or $8 million from Melvin. I think he'll take that.
I could see that more than a 3-year deal.
I like the 2 years. I like the 2 years.
I mean, I like it.
Million.
Look, I don't think it's going to happen.
Is that not identical than what he took the first time? 2 years, $8 million?
He took a little more. I think it was. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I don't have it pulled up. We'll look it up. But
and Dave comes back and he defends what he said earlier with a 3-year, $15 million, 10 guaranteed. He said that's really a 2-year deal, easy to walk away from after 2. I mean, which is the same, which is almost identical to I say 2 years, $7 million or $8 million for Melvin.
I mean, it'd be great. Again, I don't think it's gonna. I don't foresee it happening. I think one more season, with being able to be partners, Javonte will find the areas he needs to fix. He will find, he will get that. He will start to learn that vision that he, from his. I think you called it this once, Big Brother, when you were talking about Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon. Yeah, that's right. So from Big Brother, he'll learn a little bit more of that vision this season. And then starting 2023, I think he'll be ready to take over as the bell cow, which will still at that point, he'll still be on a rookie contract. We can, and at that point, let him take over as bell cow, let Melvin Gordon explore his options, and maybe he even comes back on a much lower deal or something like Kareem Jackson did. But even then,
exactly, you give
him one more year.
The difference
Melvin Gordon will help him.
Could Kareem and MG3, and Mundunga says $16 million for 2 years, 8 per year is what he had. Yeah, basically we're offering a cut in half. I think he'll take it.
He said he wants to stay in Denver no matter what.
The difference between K-Jack and Melvin Gordon is there are a lot of teams in the NFL hurting for running backs. Melvin Gordon had a great year. Yeah, unlike K-Jack, I don't think he'll be out in the free agent market long. And that's why he won't be in Denver. That's why I want George Payton to sign him soon.
I mean, that's why I want him to sign him soon. Again, I don't think Kareem Jackson's going to be here another year. I really don't.
No, I'm just saying K-Jack tested the market. Get
and popped back in.
I don't think Melvin Gordon would test the market and then have to come back in. I think, for example, Seattle's missing a run game.
Right. Absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas City signed Melvin Gordon. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is decent, but he's no Melvin Gordon.
No, Melvin he's not. Gordon he's good
at run game for Kansas City, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's multiple teams. I don't think he stays in the market that long.
Which real quick, you're talking about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I just want to say, and this is a good lesson to most everybody that wants to play again with us this next year in MHRT fantasy football. If you've never played fantasy football before, the first guy you ever want to draft is your bell cow running back in the first round. That's just a little tip. Just a little tip. Nope, just a little tip. You want to have a winning franchise in fantasy football, start with your bell cow running back. That being said, 2 years ago or last year, I think it was, I took Clyde Edwards-Helaire as my first round, and it was a mistake. But Big E's in the house. Biggie says, "What's up, Ball? Hey, brother. Good to see you, man.
What's up, Biggie?
So, hey.
Cheers." Jeffrey Bryan says, "Wouldn't be surprised seeing Gordon go to Green Bay. Aaron Jones is gone, and they'll need another back to complement the other guy."
The other guy.
I can't disagree because I think Aaron Jones will ask for more money than Melvin Gordon.
Sure. I mean, he might, but look, Melvin Gordon has said repeatedly now. One, he did say that he was kind of disappointed in how things were going for him in Broncos country. He did talk about that. And you know what? It was rightfully so.
Yeah,
now, granted, I was at that game. I was at the Kansas City Chiefs season finale. I was there and watching that final moment. That touchdown was incredible, but watching that fumble that was the turning point for that literally sealed the Broncos' fate. They had a chance until that fumble happened. Now, here's the thing. I've watched that repeatedly. I've watched the All-22 over and over. I've watched before the All-22 came out, I probably watched that play, the broadcast feed of that play 17, 18 times because I was so pissed off. But the point is, you know what? That wasn't completely his fault. Now, a lot of people talk about Melvin Gordon, about how he doesn't fumble all the time, but it seems like when he does fumble, it's in the biggest worst possible moment. And sure, it does seem like if you look back the last 2 years, it seems like that's exactly what happens. Now,
speaking of that play, Johnny, because it popped up in my head, also traded Seattle as I can see Drew Lock and Noah Fant, because Noah Fant, I don't know if there's a miscommunication between him and I believe it was Alberto, but Noah Fant and Drew Lock being gone from the Broncos to trade for Russell Wilson, in addition to draft picks, would definitely destroy this team. And so there was a comment here that I wanted to bring up, and Dave says, "Snag McCaffrey."
I just want to put this up. Snag McCaffrey mishap the year. That was Dave Glassman. I want to bring this one up by Glenn real quick. Clyde Edwards, hellacious.
So Dave, you remind me of a good point. Both workhorse running backs for the Giants and the Panthers have been injured like crazy the last 2 years.
Yes, they have.
Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley. That's huge reason why I do not want to put the entire workload on Javonte Williams. So when you have dynamic guys like Saquon Barkley who can catch out of the backfield or run the ball, or Christian McCaffrey, even Alvin Kamara at that point in time, after he got injured, he hasn't been
Kamara, he was my RB1 in fantasy this year. And I'm going to go ahead and say there was a few games that Alvin Kamara was out, and it cost me a few games. A few of the games that I lost were because Alvin Kamara was out. But the point is, here's the thing. I'm not in any way saying we both said orange pill on that one. Mm-hmm. But if you went with the blue pill, let's say you went with the blue pill. I'm not saying by any means that not Melvin Gordon, that Javonte Williams is as the bell cow is running every play. I think they're still going to, I think that, that Mike Boone, we still have Mike Boone. He has proven himself. He proved himself a couple times this season to be an explosive player at least as Javonte's backup. We got him.
Where we're going to disagree,
Johnny. Show the draft.
I like Mike Boone.
What do you mean you disagree?
Mike Boone did a fantastic job when he was in there.
So why do you disagree?
I don't see Mike Boone as the backup. The guy I really like is Demaria Crockett.
Demaria Crockett? It's Demaria.
When he was in there in preseason, when he ran the ball, he runs the ball. I prefer Mike Boone on special teams and Demaria Crockett and Javonte
I think Mike
Williams
Boone would do both. I really do.
As the running back tandem over Jay Will and Mike Boone if we got rid of Melvin Gordon. I like Demaria Crockett a lot.
Ooh. Oh, fun question. This is almost an orange pill.
That's an easy answer.
This is
Mundungus'
orange pill, blue pill that he for the day. All right. Williams and CJ Anderson or Williams and Gordon?
Williams and Gordon. That's easy for me. That's Williams and Gordon.
Really?
Yeah, that's easy for me.
It's that easy for you, just like that.
I like the difference of run styles. I like keeping their defense on their feet. Because with Melvin Gordon, he can break a couple tackles, but he's quick as all hell, and his vision is fantastic. Whereas Williams, he's developing that vision, but if you run at him, he'll break 3, 4, 5, 6 tackles and then drag you 3 yards at the end of it. So the defense has to play differently per running back.
That's a great point.
Williams
I mean, I guess when you really look at them, C.J. Anderson and Javonte Williams are more alike than William, than C.J. Anderson and Melvin Gordon. So I actually like your point there. I really do. Thank you, Isaiah. I didn't think about it that way, but that is a great way to look at it.
Defenses have to play different.
Williams, they do. If you went,
it's like what they
Williams
called
and CJ, it'd be kind of like having the same player.
That's what I was gonna say.
You're two of the same players.
From LA, growing up a huge
That's
USC fan, Reggie Bush.
Okay, that's not fair. You can't just.
Ooh.
Fine, Williams and Terrell Davis or Williams and Floyd Little. Look, Mike, you're taking this. You're taking this way out where it doesn't need to go. But fine, I'll answer. I love Floyd Little, and God bless him. Terrell Davis, Williams and Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis
every day
and
of the week,
Melvin
twice
Gordon
on Sunday.
play similar,
very similar. But here's the point.
Yeah,
here's the point. Terrell Davis is injured. Terrell Davis's career was cut short by injury.
He's going to be the greatest running back of all time.
He was going to be the greatest running back of all time, and he is one of the greatest running backs of all time because he is in the Hall of Fame for a reason.
And Glenn brings up a good point.
But his career got cut. His career got cut short there by injury. Now you take two backs. In that case, I'd be okay with a similar back situation. Terrell Davis, Javonte Williams. You give Javonte Williams a few of those reps, there's a good chance Terrell Davis never gets injured and goes on to have to literally be the greatest running back that's ever played the game.
And that's why Glenn said
not that I don't think he already is. I truly believe he's better than T.O. and all of them. I still believe that Terrell Davis is the greatest running back of all time.
Dave agrees with me with the Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams.
Oh, come on, Mike. Stop it. Now you're
Glenn brings up a good point. He says Melvin Gordon is like water. He can find any opening and slide through. And that's what Jay Will is missing. And with Melvin Gordon, those big touchdown runs he gets, if you watch his preseason training with the trash cans and watch his in-game play, it's identical. The way he hop skips and then bursts through. Yeah. I think if I'm George Payton, I'm calling Melvin Gordon in and I'm talking to him. And I'm saying,
I would talk to him. I would in no way say make a decision without talking to him.
Yes. So, I mean, it's ridiculous the way. So, I mean, with Melvin Gordon playing, if you're a linebacker, you're like, okay, Melvin Gordon is beefy and buff, but he's quick.
He's beefy. He's quick. I can see in my head is Melvin Gordon on a Chef Boyardee commercial for ravioli. It's beefy.
Exactly. I'm gonna send this video to Chef Boyardee so they can go ahead and get it. Melvin Gordon is strong,
dude,
but he's also.
I was sick last week. That cough is still kicking my butt.
He's deceptively quick and deceptively fast. Like when he broke out in the open, he didn't get caught. So imagine being a defense and saying, okay, Melvin Gordon's in. Let me adjust how I have to tackle him. And then Javonte Williams comes in. Okay, I can't tackle him low. He's 5'10". His center of gravity is low. He'll break tackles. And then imagine going, okay, 2 plays in, Javonte Williams is gone, beefy and buffed.
Oh, the roast of Isaiah continue. Yeah, okay.
He said it, not me.
Listen, put your pixie sticks away, okay?
He said it, not me.
Look at them Slim Jims. Look at them snapping to them Slim Jims. Oh, that's funny.
It's beefy. So
it's beefy.
Imagine being a linebacker or a defensive linebacker and saying, okay, Melvin Gordon's
beef.
I can't tackle him anyway. And then here comes Javonte Williams, the bruiser. And then you're like, okay, finally, we got him down. Here comes Melvin Gordon back again. You can't, like Mundunga said, you can't pass up on that. You cannot.
And I don't think we will. I honestly think that George Payton's going to find a way to keep Melvin Gordon here.
Melvin Gordon will be back
for one more season. I say for one more season. Now after that,
I just remembered what my original orange pill, blue pill was.
Well,
remember I changed it because I can remember it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
No, keep it. I have to do this. I have to do this.
God, but I'm not.
I have to. Okay.
Oh, Isaiah, you're killing me.
Hold on, orange pill.
All right.
Baron Browning and Kenny Young. Blue pill. Baron Browning, Jonas Griffith.
Okay, say one more time. Orange pill. Say orange pill again.
Browning.
Okay.
And Jonas Griffith.
That's orange pill.
Blue pill, Baron Browning, Kenny Young.
Oh.
That's what my original orange pill, blue pill was.
Oh, that's.
Yep. I don't even know the answer.
Oh, I don't even know
Kenny
if I like.
Young?
You know what? Listen, Isaiah, officially, because of this orange pill, blue pill, and my inability to come up with an answer because I don't like it, you're fired.
We're gonna carry it over. We're gonna carry it over to next week. I think that's.
No, you know what we're gonna do?
You know what we're gonna do?
We're gonna make that a Twitter poll. So all of you, jump over onto Twitter
at nothing
rhymes underscore and vote for the orange pill, blue pill of the like. We're gonna do 2 polls. Isaiah, you're in charge of our Twitter, so you're gonna do 2 polls this week. All right, orange pill, blue pill polls. That's gonna be a new thing each week. You're going to do the orange pill, blue pill, Dan Quinn versus Nathaniel Hackett. Okay. You're also going to do the poll for orange pill, Jonas Griffith and Baron Browning versus Kenny Young and Baron Browning. All right. So all of you in the comments, please jump on over to Twitter this week and take our poll. We're going to make we're going to make that poll last all week till next Thursday's show. Deal, Isaiah?
I don't think you can. It's only 1 day poll.
Is it only 1 day poll?
Yeah, I think it's only 1 day.
Okay, well, whatever. We'll make it. We will make it as long as it can be. And no, Glenn, I'm not slurring. I had a burp that I was trying to hold in, and it was making me talk weird. All right.
Glenn never has any chill. Glenn will roast you and call you.
Oh, I know. I love it. You know, that's why truly, like, here's the thing. I want y'all to understand this. Isaiah is my best friend. My cool. Like real life. My best friend, my brother. He's godfather to all 3 of my kids. To those of you that are new here, Isaiah and I are truly best friends. But here's the thing. Glenn Hauser and Mundungus Creevy are probably 2 of my other, like, top 5 best friends on planet Earth. And the funny thing is...
You guys suck.
Shut up.
Sorry.
For Mike and Glenn, for Mundungus and Glenn, I've never met them. We've never met, but we talk constantly. We all talk constantly. Rich is in there. Rich is in there as one of my best friends. We talk all the time. Rich and I talk. Rich and I text all week. We've never met. He's all the way up in Canada. I'm never going up there. He's never coming down. Well, actually, he's talking about trying to come down here. But the point is, at MHRT, we are truly a fan. We're a group of fans. You know, we are truly a group of fans that are friends. And we all have differing opinions, but we can come together ultimately, even if our opinions differ. And we have a really good time. We have really good points. The point is we are good friends.
Johnny, now that you say it, we've never met anybody else from MHRT, and I've never really thought
That's not true. That's not true. Because she's officially a member of MHRT now. I met Bree 2 weeks ago at the Broncos Kansas City game.
Sorry, Jerry, I forgot. I thought you were the only one part of this NRW crew.
You said we. You said we. I'm included in that we. That's and your little thing there was untrue. I've met Bree, and we had a lot of laughs, and Bree's awesome. So I have met somebody from
Glenn
our
says,
MHRT family.
It would be great to finally meet in person when Johnny gets out of prison.
Listen, Glenn, I'm never getting out of prison.
Hey, Brad, you come up with a great point. Offensive line had a lot of injuries this year. Quarterback always under pressure. To me, O-line is just as important as a great QB. Offensive line was top 50, top 11. They were number 11 in the NFL. They were a lot better than we thought.
But there are 2 areas real quick. We actually need to finish that orange pill, blue pill you threw out there. But
Brad,
offensive line.
Tune in next Thursday. I have an orange pill, blue pill for that exact moment.
Oh, you're going to take my orange pill, blue pill for next week, aren't you?
Yep. I've already said
I hate you so much right now. I know exactly what your orange pill, blue pill for next week is, and you just stole mine, and I hate you for it.
Tune in, Brad, next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Out of
Mr. Freeze's office.
Tune in next week, Brad, because I have an orange pill, blue pill.
Really quick, because we got to get ready to roll out of here, y'all. So, orange pill, you said the orange pill is Jonas Griffith and Baron Browning. The blue pill is Kenny Young and Baron Browning.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I'm going blue pill. I really, really like what I saw Kenny Young and Baron Browning together. There was something about it. There was something about the two of them together that was
matched.
What's
Kenny
that?
Young and Jonas Griffin are basically the same. They seem like the same. Like
they have
Johnny,
differences.
You
though.
did mention to me George Payton will find a way to sign them both.
You're right. He will.
And that's a hell of a linebacker rotation.
Look at it this way. He brought them both in. He was smart enough and sly enough to go get both of them.
I think he'll keep.
He's gonna bring them both back.
That'd be a hell of an inside linebacker rotation.
Right. But the point is, if I have to make a pick, if I have to choose between Jonas Griffith or Baron Browning, Jonas Griffith and Kenny Young pairing with Baron Browning, I like Kenny Young. I take the blue pill. Isaiah, do you take orange or blue?
I literally cannot choose.
You have to. It's your orange pill or blue pill. You must make a choice.
Chris
Do
Rose
it.
Says
Do it.
Browning, hands down, low money.
You gotta do it. Pick one. Orange pill or blue pill. You can't take both. One's gonna make you go to sleep. The other one's gonna keep you up all night. But it doesn't matter.
I love Jonas Griffin, the way he played, his high energy. But I'm going to have to go with Kenny Young because the film I watched and the way Kenny Young and Baron Browning meshed together so fast and their communication improved and the way Kenny Young sheds the offensive lineman, I'm going to have to go with Kenny Young.
Oh, all right, so we both go blue pill. Well done, my friend. Well done. So we are going to put – and Chris Ashley says, mind blown.
Mundungus comes in and says Jonas Griffin. So we've got, let's see what the poll pulls up, and we'll talk about that next Thursday.
We're gonna have those polls up on Twitter, y'all. So please,
they're up there right now.
To Twitter at Nothing Rhymes, at @nothing_rhymes_ on Twitter. Hit us up, take our polls. We're gonna talk about them next week. That being said, hey, it has been an absolute blast of a show. I don't know about you, Isaiah. I felt like we kind of got a new wind this episode. Kind of like there's been something, just with the sadness of how the season went and other things. I feel like we lost something up to this point, and I feel like with this episode, we're back.
Well, yeah, I met you for the first time 2 weeks ago, so that definitely
you are such a liar. You are
got us going.
You are such a liar. All right, so hey, thank you, NRW crew. Thank you, MHRT fam. Thank you, Broncos country, for joining us for another episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. Please, it's the Aussie input, says Brad. That's awesome. We can't wait to see you back in the chat, our Australian brother Brad, and we can't wait to see everybody else back next week, next Thursday, 7654, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, for another episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. Do not miss our other show, MHRT Podcast, on Tuesdays, same time, same place. We also are uploading videos of Broncos Breakdown on Wednesdays, so don't miss those. Be on the lookout for new shows coming up in the offseason. It's going to be exciting. Excuse me. Like I said, I was sick this last weekend, and the cough hasn't gone away. Shut up, Isaiah. Shut up. No one cares what you think. So, that being said, also do not forget to check out our audio versions of our podcast anywhere you find your favorite podcasts. Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora. It doesn't matter. You can find our podcast there. Great to listen to when you're working out, you're cooking, you're driving. It's your commute. It could be a good way to commute. Check all of our shows out that way. Now it is time. I kind of feel like I need a drink. I kind of feel like it's been lacking for a few weeks. It is time to do the Mile High Five. For those of you that are new to this is something that I am still adamant about this. We will not rest on this show, at least, until this is done in the stadium. On the Jumbotron, over the loudspeakers, it doesn't matter. I will not rest until it happens. So, this is the Mile High Five. You put your arms out as far as they will go. I shout Mile High Five, and you clap as high above your head as you can. Are you ready? Here we go, everybody. Mile High Five!
Yeah.
Woo!
Money, baby.
Thank you, NRW crew. Thank you, MHRT fam, and thank you, Broncos country. We love you all so much, and we are out of here.
Woo!